to the Shripper Grits podcast. I'm your host, Jack Schwartz, along with my co-host
Keith Corey.
And we were visited by a very special guest who was just on his way to the pool. Give it up for Reed Kelly, everybody.
Yeah. Reed, 2 E's, bitch.
Thank you for telling them how to spell my name.
Well,
so what do I say?
I don't know. I was just gonna kind of like let you like just settle in and deal with that silence for a moment, and then maybe something would come out, and I didn't know.
What's up, Shrimpers? It's your boy Reed here again for the first time.
Shrimpers.
Do you guys call your fans anything?
Grisseners.
Yeah.
Grisseners.
Shrimp and grisseners.
Shrimp and grisseners.
Shrimp and grisseners.
Okay.
It doesn't really make sense, but Keith said it once, and I was like, I love that, and that's been our thing now ever since.
Grissin here, pal.
Yeah, gristen up, motherfuckers.
Hey, bro, we should get that on shirts.
Grissin up.
Shrimp and grisseners or gristen up?
Gristen up. Gristen up.
The gristening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you want to come to my nephew's christening?
Why is it always nephew? I was just thinking that too.
Because I don't have any kids.
Oh yeah. You know what I like saying is when I launch a customer service complaint, first thing I always do whenever I'm talking about my girlfriend, I say my wife because I think people will take us more seriously.
Yeah.
But then also, if I'm ever inconvenienced about something, I always say like, great, now I'm gonna miss my nephew's bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Like if they like reschedule a flight or something, I got a nephew with a bar
I don't
mitzvah.
know if that really I don't know if that's really mattering to people as much. I don't know if people are like, whoa, because first they have to like care about Judaism.
Sure.
You know what
And
I
they
mean?
will.
Then they have to respect your nephew.
Yeah.
Which
and
is
your
like-
complaint. And I saw some white shit. You said to launch a complaint. I've never heard.
I wanted to touch on that.
You've
How
never
often
heard
do
launch a
you,
complaint?
Why are you launching complaints? Stop complaining so
I've
much.
been wronged a lot recently. I was
Some white shit. Oh, I'm fired up. Ah.
I was in that whole Southwest thing, man. I got stuck in Chicago. Terrible place.
Oh.
No, don't do that. We have to listen to that shit.
No, it was actually really nice. It was good. But I got stuck in Chicago over Christmas. I had to send like 50 emails before I got all my money back.
Damn. I mean, at least you got your money back.
Yeah. It took a while. Honestly, I think it took 6 months.
That's annoying, dude. Delta lost our fucking bags for like, I guess it was like 4 days.
Did you ever get them back?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess hence
it
4
wasn't a great
days.
story,
Yeah.
but,
Hold on. How much money was
Boston.
in total that you like?
For my thing,
Yeah.
I want to say around $1,000.
Hell yeah. Send them motherfuckers emails.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a lot of money.
It was like annoying, and it's also the most annoying part. It was just like, because if you told me like, oh, you got to send 50 emails, you get $1,000, I'd be like, of course I could do that. But
a good way to think of it.
when I'm sending like on my 800th email, and I'm like, I don't know if this is ever gonna work. Am I just shouting into the void here?
right.
That's
Then it wouldn't
actually
be
kind
worth
of cool that you like worked up the chain and you like give my money back.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't have even been that hard because
It shouldn't have been that
they
hard.
had a whole process for it. They were like, oh, did we fuck you over on Christmas? Like, because they fucked over like thousands of people. You remember that story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like eventually they're like, well, some people are going to give up. You know
yes,
what I mean?
definitely. Well, and I feel bad for those people because it's like the people who are not technologically literate or like not litigious
Yeah.
or stuff are not going to be able to like
Just
find
over the age of
form.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
There's also people that literally like I'm not going through that shit.
I'm like that, dude. You know,
Yeah.
I've never returned a single item in my entire life.
I return more items than I
How,
purchase.
Sway?
I just, if I get a pair of pants and they don't fit, I'm like, oh, I guess I can't wear these.
You're a crazy person.
I will never, like the idea of going to like a FedEx or a Kinko's or some shit and putting something in a box and shipping it to me is just like, there's no fucking way I'm doing that.
You know how I could tell you're telling the truth is because you think you can return things to Kinko's.
What is Kinko's?
You can't return shoes to Kinko's.
It's the paper
No,
place.
but it's
USPS, UPS.
Yeah.
no, FedEx owns Kinko's.
Oh, sure.
And if you go in there, you can ship packages via the FedEx desk.
I've never been to a Kinko's in my life.
I'm surprised I even know this, but because I've been to Kinko's a bunch, but only
Yeah.
to use printers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's not really
All right.
cost effective. However, something you said though, the marriage thing, like swinging around a wife is way like carries more weight.
Swinging her around.
We were on a plane, and this family had the little kids, and they were like, "Can you switch with us so I can sit with my kids?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever." And then I moved, and then there was an open exit row, fully open.
Mm-hmm.
So during the flight, it was like a 5 or 6 hour flight. It's from California, however long that is. And I was like, "Ma'am, can me and my wife move to that row?" Because I was like, if me and my girlfriend, they're gonna be like, "Shut up, teenage
yeah, they're
boy."
gonna be like, commit,
Yeah.
dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Grow up. And I was like, can me and my wife sit in that exit row? And they made a big fuss about it. And they were like, no, you have to pay for that exit row. And I was like, okay, got it. And she's like, you shouldn't have given your seat up to that family. And I was like, okay, what the fuck?
Or they're yelling at you for
It
being
was
good.
so weird. And then later on, a different woman who I thought was the same woman, because all flight attendants of that age looked. That's so. That's such a general statement.
What age and race?
I'll say
Jack.
this specific flight was all like older, tall-haired white women. It's a
Okay.
type.
All right.
It's a
All
type.
right.
It's old school.
Sure, Texas
Yeah,
type.
yeah. And they
Tall
were
hair.
very red in the skin and yellow in the eyes.
Pink people.
Yeah,
My
and
people.
so a different woman comes up to me and she goes, "Hey, you know, since you give up your seat to that family, you can move to that exit row if you want more room." And I'm like, "Oh my god, that'd be great. Can I grab my wife?" And she's like, "I'll go get your wife." She goes and gets my wife, who is real, and then we go sit in the exit row. And then the other lady, who I thought was the same lady the whole time, comes up to me. She goes, "What are you doing here?" She's like, "I told you you can't sit in this exit row." And I was like, "What is going on? Didn't you just say I can sit here?" She's like, "No." And
But if you're here, then who?
I know. Though I saw them in the same place at one point, and I was like, yeah. They were drastically different, shapes.
Hold on, did you clarify like this bitch said we can like?
Oh, well, that's a good way to get on their
I was
good
just
side.
I
Call
was
this
just confused.
bitch.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Maybe they don't like each
She
other.
clearly needs some dick.
Yeah. And then me and my wife gave some to her.
I like the way that you said when she said you can move over to that seat. You said, "Can I grab my wife?" Oh, I know you meant like bring her, but it'd be funny if you were just like honk. See ya.
Cool if I grope my wife real quick on the way
Let me
over.
get a
She's on the way.
squeeze. Yeah.
Or if you just sat in a seat and you just got up and you just yelled out, "Hey, bitch, come on!"
Wow, they are married.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It took so long, the whole process of getting to this exit row and getting my wife and everything took so long. There was 20 minutes left of the flight with someone.
Well, no, that's the thing. If you were married, you'd be like, "Can I leave her, my wife?
Oh my God, that's
Can
so true,
Can I
yeah.
leave her in the seat?
you and your wife
Tell
wanna sit
her
in the
there's
exit
no
row?"
room for her."
Did you and your wife want to? It's like, no, she's fine actually.
My
She was in the
girlfriend,
middle
however,
row.
on the other side of the plane.
I don't know why that took me a second to process. I'm so faithful. I didn't even get your joke.
It's funny as shit. Yo, get his note to that bitch in CA.
Do you guys know any like interesting like crazy things that like celebrities have bought, like really stupid?
I know Nick Cage bought a haunted house.
Oh,
in
that's not
Louisiana.
stupid. Stop it. That's
Okay.
awesome.
Okay.
Is that
kinda
not awesome?
It is part of the reason he went
but, like, I
bankrupt.
never,
Is it?
Yeah.
Off of a haunted house?
Well, it's a big ass house. It's like a famous mansion in Louisiana. Bunch
Can't
of
rent
slaves
it out.
died
I
there.
bet. Mhm.
Yeah.
Nah, he gonna do some shit with it.
I think he might already sold it. But that was one theory as to why he's in so many bad movies, because he makes these really bad financial decisions and he's out of money.
Oh, I mean, he's making bad decisions all across the board. I think that's safe to say.
It's not
Buying
a
a haunted
bad-
house
it's
was
like
badass.
He's done like top-notch movies, and then he's
Yeah.
reached a phase where like it's so many actors, just like Bruce Willis. He's now doing like all these shitty movies because he's sick.
Yeah, well, he's trying to
Oh,
Get
you mean
as
because
much
he's
money
money
for his family and
You
stuff.
think, like, the
he's trying to get as
dementia-
mu-
Oh, yeah,
he's
yeah.
trying
Not
to get as
dementia,
much
right? He
money.
just has a facial, like he just can't. He struggles with like making words.
I
right?
thought it was a form of dementia. I don't know.
Maybe it's
I'm
tied.
not a doctor.
Maybe it could be tied, but it's like
I just know
aphasia.
he's sick.
I'm trying to see how much that haunted house cost. It says millions, plural. That's too
Duh.
much, obviously.
I mean, yeah.
But
come
I
on.
don't know.
That's the ghosts they're fighting for that shit. Like, what
It's
the
like a
fuck is he gonna
pyramid.
do with it?
Dude, that's so weird. Post Malone the other day bought a $2 million Lord of the Rings trading card.
Trading card.
A card.
I
A
didn't know they had
card.
trading cards.
Yeah.
No one does.
I-
One ring to rule them all. I really struggle with that. One ring to rule them all.
rule them all.
Ring a ring.
That's what the name of the card was.
Yeah,
the one
yeah,
ring.
yeah. There was a
card.
spelling error. That's what made it worth so much.
Yeah,
It's like
one
the
ring to
typos.
Nah, let him do that, man. That's a lot
Like
of
Sean
fucking
Connery.
money
One
for a
ring to
card,
rule
but
them all.
all he is doing like upping the value for the shit.
I know, but it makes me want to shake them. Like that's so fucking
Yeah.
$2 million. I don't care how much money you donate. It still doesn't really give you a reason to spend $2 million on a piece of cardboard.
Oh, is it donation? Does it go to
No.
the orcs?
That's barely even a piece of cardboard, though. That's like literally a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Thick
but
piece of
it's like
paper.
parchment paper. Like, but the thing is, like, really, I you know what I mean? Though it's like, but I donate $20 billion. It's
Oh,
like,
sure.
but still $2 million.
But you did one really stupid thing. Yeah.
I think you should be able to buy whatever you want. And if it's something expensive, it makes sense. But if it's something that has value because of stupid sentiment,
Yeah, it also like I'm really confused about that because like the trading card market of like you get like a holographic Charizard or you get like a Bud Dwyer rookie
yeah,
card.
it did
or
have
whatever.
a holographic element to
Oh,
it.
of course,
I'll say.
that's what one would expect.
Yeah.
But that's all based on like the value is all based on other people wanting to buy that. And like Keith said, I didn't even know they had Lord of the Rings trading
Me
cards.
neither.
So
I
like,
didn't either.
who else wants to buy that?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, the card was crafted in the
In
fires
the Dwarven
of,
Forges.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is
Just dipping the fucking shit in the molten rock. and just- that's funny.
This one burnt too. It's made of paper.
bought it off some guy on TikTok. Well, the Pokemon card thing is interesting, which is I guess that's kind of an outdated version of the cards, but that's what I grew up with, probably the same.
No, it's still them shits are still expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's like so they print less of one card, and then it becomes rare, and now it's worth all this fucking money.
They do the same thing with like art. Like that's a real thing. Like there'll be
Yeah.
famous prints where they'll be like, we're only doing 50. And that,
Yeah, they do that with cars.
yeah.
Did that with like Rolls Royce.
Well, also cars are actually expensive to make. Like,
Yeah.
prints and cards are like it's completely artificial value, like diamonds.
Yeah. Well, do you care about the difference between a real diamond and a lab-made diamond?
I would prefer a lab-made diamond because I don't want some fucking slave to have to dig it out and
I don't
stick it in his
know.
mouth.
I like the twinkle of a blood diamond.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
The
I like
little-
knowing that someone was like
The
someone's parents are sad because
The pain. I feel the pain.
it's like,
Right.
smells like a child soldier. I love that.
Yeah, like a luxury.
Yeah. Might regret that one in 10 years.
Oh, speaking of which, you remember Mike Whitfield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lives out of LA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's I think I'm safe to say this because it's happening today. He's proposing today.
Whoa.
So by the time this comes out, my boy's gonna be engaged.
Oh my God. Our listeners love a guy I've never heard of.
Aw. He's a nice guy.
Yeah. No, I
That
thought
sounds
you would
cool.
like that. He's a great guy.
Well, there's a few, maybe, I think Bucket listens to this podcast. Bucket might care about that. Hey,
Oh,
Bucket.
yeah.
Everybody say hi to Bucket. Hey, Bucket.
hey, Bucket.
Hey, Bucket, if you're listening, thanks for
Bucket.
listening,
I just
buddy.
seen Bucket the other day too.
Bucket,
we
if you
could-
never bring this up, I'm going to know that you don't listen anymore.
We
It's
could
cool.
also cut that out. I don't know. I thought that is big news to me. I thought it would be.
That's kind of sweet.
Cool.
So how do
It'll
you
get us
feel
on the
about
topic of-
well, we're on blood diamonds already, I
Okay,
guess.
yeah.
But so really I mean proposing, like announcing a proposal. There's a lot of elements to this. Like apparently you're supposed to like discuss it with the woman long before. Get
Some
the
people do that.
confirmation that she's going to say yes.
Some people do that.
What are your thoughts?
That's funny as shit. It's like, yo, bitch, you trying to get married one day? No? All right, duly noted. It was just like
You
keep
called her
going
bitch.
away.
You shouldn't have called her bitch.
I mean, that would that would be good information to have if you should know ahead of time. I think also it's just like you should be able to know without asking.
I agree.
Yeah.
But, and maybe that requires you to wait a little longer.
That's
you
also
know?
kind of the thing. Like, I mean, I'm talking about like when I'm talking to customer service or when I'm buying something on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm like, oh yeah, can my wife pick it up? But that's also like, I tell her that, and she likes that, and the fact that because it's cute,
Yeah.
referring to her as my wife, and the fact that she likes that, and she's not like, starting to sweat when I call her that. It's like that's like
Yeah.
a hint.
Who are you telling him your wife? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a hint. And you guys are early on in your relationship, so I can see that, sometimes those
Just met.
Well, you know what I mean. How long have you been dating actually?
Like a year and change.
Yeah, that's pretty much just
No,
met,
I know,
dude.
I know.
But it, like the well, I don't know. I just think it's lame to ruin the surprise. It's like throwing a surprise party, but then you find out like
Well,
they hate parties.
The other thing a lot of
like,
people
aw.
are doing is you ask the family, you ask the sister, you ask the dad, the mom.
Oh, yeah.
What do they fucking know?
They know.
They be knowing.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
my girlfriend's parents would love it if I proposed.
Okay.
But it's still kind of early in our relationship between us.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know what
she's still in the apartment, bro. You better quiet down.
She
You know,
is
be,
here,
you know, be
but
funny.
she's,
She just yells out, yo, no, the fuck is
She just starts coughing loudly.
Hard pass.
she just choked on a chicken bone.
Why is she eating chicken?
Well, I don't know. I'm not her fucking
I
dietitian.
shouldn't. I don't know why I asked that. It doesn't really make sense. Picking out the ring. Sorry. Well, I was gonna say there's more to this
here's
topic.
one. Here's a topic. Say she's eating chicken. What do you guys? Okay, so when my dad proposed to my mom, he put the ring in a martini because that was like their drink, as they always drank martinis.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute.
He put the ring
Relatively
in a
safe.
martini.
Yeah.
She doesn't finish it. She like gives it to the waiter, and he's like, "Mary, you got to finish that. you got to finish your drink. And she's like, I'm done with it. I'm going to get a new one. And he's like, no, please finish the drink. Like she didn't find the ring yet.
She's like, what?
Yeah.
I will not be disrespected like this in this restaurant.
So I guess what I'm asking is, would you put a ring on a chicken bone?
No, that seems like a great way to kill someone. I mean, but here's the other thing too. Why isn't your mom looking into, like, she should have a closer eye on her cocktails.
She was trying to have a little fun that night, you know. She was like, no, anyone put anything.
I don't
in
care
here.
what's in here.
Yeah.
That was your dad's dick, not the ring.
What? You think he slipped a how small you think my father's dick is? You think he's putting it in the martini like it's an olive?
I don't know how big the martini is.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I guess.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, they were at
It's
a
like
tiki
popcorn
bar,
trick.
giant
You just slip your dick
martinis.
in the bottom of the martini glass. Doesn't really make any sense.
R.I.P. Jimmy Buffett.
Here's the thing that, oh my God, R.I.P. Jimmy
How?
Buffett,
We not
dude.
talked
Wait,
about it yet.
Oh, now I feel like I need to be wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
He died.
He died.
Wow, Keith. Come
That
on.
billionaire guy died.
Billionaire?
Billionaire.
No, you're
Oh,
thinking of Warren Buffett.
Jimmy
Oh.
Buffett's the
Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Cheeseburger in paradise.
Oh, what's the other song about a salt shaker?
Hold on, you're throwing them out too fast.
I sent away again in
That's
Margaritaville.
Margaritaville's the name of that one.
Right, but it's about a salt shaker.
Okay.
It's about a salt shaker.
Looking for my lost shaker of salt.
Well, that's like one line. I wouldn't say like
Yeah, but that's whatever.
the whole song. The deeper meaning is
Can't
about
make
a
a
salt
margarita
shaker
without
that he
salt.
lost. I can. I hate salt on a margarita.
Oh, you're crazy. You like salt on a margarita?
Yeah, I used to.
You prefer sugar or salt though?
I like salt because I like the sweet and salty
Guy,
shit
I'm a sweet bitch.
You're putting sugar in them?
sugar on it on the rim.
on the rim.
I've never
Yeah.
heard of this. I've never
Dude,
heard
I
of
do it
that.
all the time at the bar.
What do you mean you've never heard of this?
I did not know that that was an option. I've never heard of that.
Get out of your house more, Reed.
I'm eating
We should go for
margaritas
Mark's.
every day,
Wanna go
but
for Mark's?
I'm doing salt.
You doing a salt?
I'm doing salt.
Am I hearing this right? He's just.
Yeah, it's all on the rim.
We should get margaritas.
Like after this, you want to get margaritas?
No, I don't really have time for that. I'm
Oh,
actually having
okay.
margaritas tonight. Legitimately, we're
Yeah.
having people over for dinner. By people, I mean one couple over
Sure.
for dinner. But they're gay, so it's fun.
Mm.
You know.
Yes. I hate straight couples in my home.
Ugh, disgusting.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that straight sex.
Yeah.
Grosses me out. All right, I have another topic that I actually think is pretty fucking fascinating. Are you interested? Huh?
Quite.
Huh? All right. So apparently scientists are convinced that cockroach milk
Oh.
is going to be the newest form of popular milk, like oat and.
Now, is this made from milking cockroaches or mashing them up?
So there's one type of cockroach that's a very common type. It's kind of big, and it gives birth to live young, kind of like a mammal, but they're
Like a mammal.
bugs. And it milks. It has milk. They drink milk from the cockroach.
That's unnatural.
Yeah, and I think calling it milk is a bit of a stretch, but it's
So is oat
like a
milk.
whitish fluid or whatever. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. This is actually more milk than oat milk for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like almonds aren't like my young.
Yeah.
Suck for my teeth.
My
Like,
titties.
I mean, I like to taste the maternal instincts in my milk. That's really what I'm going. That's why. It's the only reason to drink cow's milk, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just think it tastes better. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, that shit nasty on all fronts.
Cow's milk?
No, man, cockroach milk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well,
yeah.
But
yeah.
here's the thing. So apparently, it's now this is a weird. It's like got way more protein, healthy fats, and carbs
It's
I
a
believe
bug.
that.
than
It's a
every
bug.
other type of milk.
It's a bug. Bugs carry protein.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a. And here's the other thing is that like obviously it would take like 1 gallon of cockroach milk. That's genocide. I don't even know. You know what I mean? Because they're not milking them.
Well, but they're so small that like, you know how like they do with chickens, like you get like 100,000 chickens in one big building. Like cockroaches are so small. Imagine what you could do. You know?
Well, I was also thinking, what if you just like had cockroaches and you were just like, all right, like come on, like
Oh, like a
you
farm.
you make some coffee and then I don't know how you milk them, but
You tickle them. You tickle them
but
until
they
they squirt.
to be honest though, so the scientists are talking about making a synthetic cockroach milk.
Okay.
Just not make it. Oh, like this. Fucking.
If it's synthetic, leave the cockroach part out of
Yeah,
it.
leave
Just
it.
say
Yeah,
like,
call it
oh,
something
yeah,
else.
This is,
You know they're gonna call it something else. In order to sell it, they can't sell it as cockroach milk.
Yeah.
It has to be called like, was it
nuclear milk.
like, or like buck milk?
Buck milk?
Now here's the
Bug
thing.
milk.
Oh.
So
That
I
doesn't sound better.
I looked this up on Amazon. I found a brand, and have some for us to try. No, I'm just kidding. That would be
Oh,
so
come
cool.
on, dude! I just got excited.
That would
I
have been
did
such
not.
a cool.
I would
segment,
love that.
dude.
That would be a great
Oh
segment.
man, that would have been great.
I'll be like,
Yeah,
y'all
I wish
know.
I had the foresight. No, I did look it up, and I can't. You cannot find it at all.
Well, sure, yeah, it's probably not easy to produce right now.
But I have a cockroach.
I
Gotta
don't
suck
know
it
that
out.
they make noise.
Cockroaches make
Yeah.
hissing ones, but they're not this.
Really?
Not this type of
My
cockroach.
my brother, if we got more on this topic,
please.
My brother actually has a. Oh man, I'm burpy today. Has an insect protein company. He makes bug bars, and they're like
That's
it's like
actually dope.
a Cliff Bar. Well, it's not like he didn't invent that. Like those are out there.
Yeah.
Because insect protein, great source of protein. It's better for you, better for the environment.
Yeah, you ever seen an ant lift a leaf? Oh my god.
Yeah, they're
I'm gonna eat that motherfucker, yo.
Yeah, you eat it to gain its strength. But yeah, so he makes these in his home and he sells them in Boulder, Colorado, which you could have guessed that, right?
Yeah, kind of. It's kind of like I
Yeah.
can see rock climbers being like, "I need the energy. I need
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bugs,"
Yeah.
which is kind of true. Also, They,
Yeah.
they do need good sources of. I had a nut butter bar this morning.
Now that's
yeah,
a product
make
that
it
could be
myself.
rebranded.
Make it myself. Yeah. I did have a nut butter bar. They're really
Yeah.
good. It was a Cliff nut butter bar. Keith, are you into nut butter bars?
Yeah, I'd rather do that than a bug bar. It looked like they found the cockroach, and the cockroach they talk about, it has big ass titties.
Oh shit!
Just throw us all off.
Shit. Yeah, we should. Ooh.
That would be interesting to experiment with the packaging. Be like, okay, like, like show them the A with the just normal cockroach, and then one with
Huge
big titties, and see
yeah.
what.
like a focus group.
Yeah.
Yeah. See what people respond to more. Because I don't
Yeah.
want it. I don't necessarily get hungry when I see titties.
No, but I don't really think
But
of
you do
milk
get
as,
thirsty.
as food.
If you was
Not
a
a
baby,
baby.
if you was a baby, you'd be like, yo.
You're like, I'm starving.
Yeah.
I need a glass of milk. Nobody.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. You know what's weird is those kids that are young enough that they're
Ugh.
still breastfeeding, but old enough that they can articulate it.
Are these people we know?
I don't know any children at all, actually.
So I've seen like on like, oh man, the real dark parts of TikTok. If you let TikTok decide what they want to show you, just like all of a sudden there's like an 11-year-old drinking milk from his mom's tit. It's like, oh my god, you just
Yeah,
like
that
quickly
is.
go. You
But-
accidentally tap on it.
Yeah.
It's live.
Probably.
You're like, oh no.
I got-
You
It's
accidentally watch it
fucked.
for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Jerk off. You're like, oh my god. You know what I mean?
Whoops.
You accidentally come 3 times.
Yeah, I got one of those once. It was this woman, and it was a baby. Granted, she was holding it. It was a baby, but she's like, she's in her car, she's dancing because that's what most of TikTok is like. You got a song on, you're dancing or whatever. She takes her breast out, like grabs it. It's a very large breast, of course. She takes her breast out, moves it over to the kid's mouth, but she took her time. Like she was like showing you the titty, like. It was very deliberate, clearly.
Of course.
Get them follows up, baby. Get them followers
Yeah,
up.
yeah, exactly. Which made me think, like, what if that's like the way to get around not being able to post pornography is like, as long as a tit ends in someone's mouth, you could say this was a breastfeeding video.
Yeah, it's interesting. So, I mean, I think there's some truth to that. I don't know how you would be able to like trick that. I'm sure you could, but Segura has been for the Your Mom Says
Sucking titties?
podcast. They figured out this loophole for YouTube where they found this guy on YouTube who like teaches how to be a bottom, but he does it in a instructional way so it doesn't get flagged. And
Yeah.
he's showing full asshole.
Whoa.
How to wax his asshole,
No.
how to put like anal beads in.
With an asshole?
Yeah.
I feel like you could do that with a visual aid. You could get like a fake butt.
I mean, obviously, I think he's just doing it to show asshole.
for the follows, right?
But he's charismatic as well. I don't want to say it's just because of his asshole. He seems like a wonderful little lad.
That's fucking crazy.
I love the idea of someone charismatically putting anal beads in.
How do you not do it charismatic?
Like-
Imagine
like
doing
he's
it
like-
boring.
Come here often.
But imagine being serious. But hold on 1 second.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that would take some practice to be able to crack a smile while
Yeah.
you're doing that.
Well, I mean, hey, he's got the techniques to if you really need to step your game up.
How was he teaching motherfuckers? That once you become gay, you figure out who you are, right?
Once you become gay.
Yeah, like become or you are gay, but like you're gay by like finding out what you like in another man, right?
Well, he's not helping people become gay. He's
He's
just
just helping
giving.
them.
It's like
me.
technique stuff,
Okay,
like
all
when
right.
to relax, that kind of stuff. You know?
When
Trying
to
teach him how to be
relax.
better bottoms.
Yeah, exactly. Better Bottoms. That should be the name of his company. Better
Or is it
Bottoms.
like
Better bottoms.
like dick riding? Does he do like dick riding techniques?
He has
No,
to.
I don't think he doesn't involve other people. I don't think. But he's like fingering his asshole and like
Yuck.
waxing and stuff. I mean, I've not really seen much more than like 4 or 5 hours of this, but Segura's now trying to get Dr. Phil to not Dr. Phil,
Dr. Phil, my ass.
What is his name?
Fauci.
No.
Yeah, Dr. Fauci. He's gonna fuck Dr. Fauci live on
who's
his
the, like
podcast.
wonderful, funny doctor.
Dr. Oz.
Oh my god, I love this guy, and I'm forgetting his name. I can't believe I'm forgetting his
Dr.
name.
Oz is not funny.
Yeah, well, I don't know any other
He's
doctors.
like the
Dr.
most,
McSteamy.
He's like one of the most famous doctors.
Most famous
He's
doctors.
done TV shows. He's got white hair. He's handsome. He's got glasses.
Handsome.
He's like 6'4".
Doctor.
You talking about the
Oh my god, dude. I
Not
can't believe
Dr.
I'm
Oz.
forgetting.
Dr.
6'4"? I'm thinking about the dude that gives
White
great
hair.
life advice.
No, this guy's like, Dr. Drew. I
I always
can't believe I
confuse him and
forgot
Dr.
Dr. Drew.
Oz. I always confuse him and Dr. Oz.
Dr. Drew is fantastic. I fucking love that guy.
Really?
But yeah, they're trying to get him to come on to do like a segment that they can get away with on YouTube, where I think they want him to like
Suck
finger a
dick.
guy's asshole or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but it's an interesting loophole. So to your point, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, if you make it instructional or medicinal or whatever the fuck you want, then
Yeah.
there's loopholes there. But I think we should figure it out. I would love to show full cock on this podcast.
Yeah. Oh, hey, that reminds me of another topic we could bring up.
Let's put a pin in your
Okay.
butt for a second, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Woo!
Better Bottoms.
You'll
It's like,
notice
if
it
you
was
do a
very
Bill
half-assed.
Cosby voice, is that black voice or is that Cosby voice?
That's Cosby voice.
'Cause
Okay.
no
All the
black
way.
person sounds like Bill Cosby, except for Bill Cosby.
I wonder if he has any kids who sound like him. You know, like not the actors who played his kids, like his real kids, because like a lot of people sound like their parents.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be such an annoying kid.
Can I stay up
late tonight?
Yeah.
I want to watch cartoons.
Dude,
That's
that does
a
not
really
sound
over.
like
I
Bill
know.
Cosby.
I'm all over the place with that.
That sounds like more like Bobcat.
Look, it sounds like a guy underwater.
It sounds like
I
Bobcat.
want to watch cartoons.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's
That was my
Bobcat.
Bobcat. Yeah.
A just a Bobcat? Or is there a person named Bobcat?
Bobcat
I'm not
Goldthwait.
familiar with.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Famous comedian.
Don't
Police
know who that
Academy.
is. Oh, the guy who does all the sounds and stuff.
He does that crazy voice. He's also on NPR a lot now. No. That's Michael Winslow, who, friend of the show also.
He's
I've worked
dead,
with him.
right?
No big deal. No, he's not. No, he's certainly not dead.
He's dead. I
His
think
career
he's
is dead.
haunting Nicolas Cage's house. I'm pretty sure.
Michael
career is
Winslow.
haunting
You
Nicolas
think
Cage.
Michael
Callback.
Winslow is one of the slaves haunting Nick Cage's fucking mansion?
I don't think you should have said that. Can you imagine being haunted by Winslow though?
Oh, I mean all those. Yeah, I mean
In the
he
middle
can
of the
haunt
night
you while he's
Wait, here-
alive.
Here, I'm Nick Cage asleep and you're Winslow hunting me.
Oh, you're really putting me on the spot.
I need to make a face off too.
I don't know what sounds those are. You just threw me a fucking Michael Winslow ball. I
Yeah.
don't know how to play.
Hey.
That's not a sound he makes.
No, that was just that's the sound I make.
Can you do any Michael Winslow sounds?
Not really. Nah. I'll be having to make. I have to make.
Here's my
fun
impression of
something
an
like-
audience watching Reed Kelly.
Stunned. At how
I
funny
think we all
am.
knew I was gonna do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Borderline hacky,
Chirp,
but they
chirp.
don't know that because they're
Chirp,
not
chirp.
comedians. Well, hopefully they're not.
They're not Canadians?
Jay-Z made an Instagram
Oh.
only follows Beyonce. Thoughts?
That's pretty cool.
And prayers. You think that's cool? You think that's a good move?
I think it's funny because it's like he probably did something to like not piss her off, but like you left this toilet seat up for the.
Well,
Yeah.
remember,
60th
he's always
time.
digging himself
Well,
out
he
of it.
famously,
cheated.
he
so
famously
he's-
cheated. So now it's just like, oh, look how much I love you.
Yeah.
Nah, he admitted to it and made a song about it, and like
Yeah. Well, she made an album about it.
Yeah.
she made an album. about it,
Beyonce's
so.
album about Jay-Z cheating on her shits on every album Taylor Swift has ever put out, and I'm just gonna be honest.
The fans were gonna lose.
They're gonna. I mean, people are gonna be upset about that. But that album
it
was
should
so
be.
good, and it was. Never mind. I don't even know why I'm barking up this tree. The internet's gonna get so mad about that. And
Oh, that's what
luckily
we
they
need,
don't
though. We need the
listen.
controversy.
Does the Taylor Swift dance, yo?
She's talented.
She does shake it off.
She's a talented
You know,
performer.
she does that.
She does a little movement. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
They figured out how to wardrobe her in a way where it's sexy.
Swishy clothing. She wears
Yeah.
swishy clothing.
It's well fitted. She I think she's squatting a little bit. Her thighs look a little thicker.
I gotta be honest. I'm very attracted to her.
But
Yeah, she's hot. It's just
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right, fam.
exactly.
But is she doing dancey
You're
shit?
looking for something else. Like Beyonce's body is.
No, I'm not looking for the body thing. I'm
Insane.
thinking like, cause I'm going off of like Taylor Swift's tickets are like crazy,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
and
right.
I'm trying to figure out like what does she do other than sing?
She
to where-
empowers women.
not like Beyonce.
Dude, Taylor Swift unites women in a way that I've never seen any other musician. Like in our
Yeah.
time, like my girlfriend and her friends
Mm.
are literally connected around Taylor Swift the way I am with like fantasy football around friends from like high school. You know what I mean? It's like it brings us together. It's
Sure.
the reason they're
Yeah,
talking.
yeah.
And they've bonded over that, so there's this nostalgia to it because she's been around for a long time and she like crafted
It's a
their
cult.
youth and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit. It's kind
Yeah,
of like
yeah,
a cult. A little bit culty.
I
But
gotta listen to more of this lady's music though.
I do think that one thing I think about the Taylor Swift fan base and that thing that is interesting to me is like I cannot think of another female artist who is so popular who isn't just like super sexualized by her label. Like Taylor Swift is attractive,
Yeah.
but she's never wearing like revealing clothing. Like that's not what she's selling. Like Britney Spears, like Beyonce, obviously famous for her body. Like that's a lot of men.
well,
are-
Beyonce's.
Famous for because
I mean, her voice is incredible.
Yeah,
right.
Her voice.
Yeah,
Her
yeah.
dancing
she's a
is
great
insane.
dancer.
Her-
but she's
her-
also a sex symbol. Taylor Swift is not a sex symbol.
She is, but you know, honestly, Beyonce, I think, and I'm going to use the word burdened, even though that's not how I would define it because she's a goddess, but she is really sexy. I don't think she's necessarily dressing very scandalous all the time. Actually, her and Taylor
would
Swift kind of have a
disagree.
similar wardrobe on stage. It's like almost like a marching band kind of vibe or something.
You think?
A little. And I think that because Beyonce is just so stacked.
Yeah, she's filling out the clothes more, but I've
Yeah.
seen her wear quite revealing clothes. I
Oh,
feel like.
I'm sure. Yeah, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
but you know, she's wearing like a leotard in the
yeah.
single music video. That was that like helped me become a man. To be honest, I was like, I think I'm gonna get married now. I want to.
That's funny as shit.
I like leotards all of a sudden. I don't even know. Like they were wearing like wrestling singlets, and I was like,
Man,
that's so hot.
There was like a Beyonce like live concert thing that came out in like 2014. It was when I first moved to the city, and I lived in this house with 10 guys. I was the only straight one, and so they're all.
What the fuck are those circumstances?
it was the cheapest rent. I paid in pussy. But
you were the pussy.
yeah.
Got it. I got it.
So it's all these gay guys. So they're all big fans of Beyonce. They're all really excited for she's gonna slay or whatever. And so we watched it in the living room, and I'm watching it with all these gay guys, and I thought it was horny as fuck. I was like, this is really weird because they're all like, loving it in this way, and I'm like, this is making me uncomfortable to
Yeah.
like be hard around you guys.
How would they have reacted if you were like,
Well, I didn't announce it.
They
Not like
knew.
I am now.
They knew. They can sense it. They can sense.
Yeah, they could smell it.
9 gay guys
There's
living
some
together.
semen percolating.
Oh my god. What is that? Reed?
Yeah.
Reed.
Yeah. Mine has a
funny.
unique scent.
Well, only when it's hard.
Yeah.
When it blooms.
Or
We
Bloomin'
should
onion.
rebrand erections into blooms.
Bloomin' onions?
I don't know about onions. I
Okay.
don't think that's going
Well,
to
my
help with the
dick
smell.
has layers. It's thick as hell.
Manzik blooms
Like
like,
a
an
tree?
onion.
Yeah. If you cut my dick off, you can see 31 rings.
Wow. You're 31?
We've talked about this literally every time we've
Holy
talked.
shit.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
Welcome to your 30s, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, I turned 30 in like 3 months.
I was thinking about like, I might just start lying about my age. I think it might be time.
Which
Don't
direction
do
are you
that
going to go?
gay-ass shit.
Down. For sure.
Like,
I'm gonna.
like 9,
I'm telling people I'm 29.
Yeah, I'm 24.
20. Oh, okay.
24. Yeah, that'd be good.
You look 20. You look like an old 27.
You trying to fuck me?
I mean, honestly, I usually only do things once.
Yeah.
I feel like if you were 27, I'd be like, oh, you've been living a hard 27
Oh,
years,
sure.
but I
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
you.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's like, I don't even know if I believe that. I don't have a beard, so I have a hard time like picturing age on men
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
I'm like, we're all
Picturing
the same.
Asian men.
I don't have a hard time doing that.
Have you guys heard of this guy Tony P in DC
No.
on Instagram?
No.
Okay, well my girlfriend showed him to me yesterday, and then that night yesterday night I was showing some comics, and they all knew who he was. So I think it's like a thing that everyone knows about now. audience, look it up. Tony P in DC. Just fucking psychopath, American Psycho style
What does he do?
guy. He's an influencer. He's like, follow me on my weekly life as a 24-year-old bachelor consultant living in DC. And he's just like the biggest fucking nerd you can imagine. Like horrible. Like he's like, check out my new suit. And he just like does this all the time. And he's like a consultant at Deloitte. And he's like just showing people salmon recipes. And he plays volo kickball. He's like the picture of a...
That's so annoying.
But one of the weirdest things, because it's like, I don't know if it's a character or not. The weirdest thing is that he says he's 24 and he's clearly in his 30s. He's like balding and he has like one of the most cut faces. It's just like, if it is 24, it's the roughest 24 I've ever seen.
Tony PNDC.
But he's
I'm
pretty...
sorry. Is the letters PNDC?
Tony P. I feel like it should come up if you search Tony P.
Tony P in DC?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
On like TikTok?
Instagram. I think he's probably on TikTok too. I'm not doing a deep dive.
And why is this dude popular?
Because he is unintentionally hilarious, or it's intentional. Maybe it's a character.
I mean, he better be popular on Instagram because he's got like 20,000 less followers than I do.
Wait, you have 50,000 followers now?
I have like 28,000.
Oh, he has like 30 something, isn't he?
On
Oh,
TikTok, he's not
sure.
doing well.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this fucking guy.
You know him personally?
Yeah, we hang out every week.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised you haven't made it into one of his.
Tony. TP.
This guy, he actually does look familiar. He probably comes to shows.
Yeah, it could be. Well, apparently Matt Chanowski is in one of his videos. Friend
what?
of the pod. He was there.
Matt Chanowski is no friend of this podcast.
Yeah, I take it back. Fuck Matt Chanowski. He never called me back.
Whoa, I don't
love
have an
that
issue
guy.
with
He's
Matt
so
Chanowski. Just the podcast.
He's so sweet.
We've never even brought him up.
Exclusive list of friends.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just kidding, Matt. But what was I about? Oh, a guy came up to me last night and said, hey, I've seen you about 20 times and you're hilarious. And I was like, what the fuck? What do you do? How do you spend so much time? Because if you're seeing me, it's not even on purpose.
Yeah.
It's just going to every showcase in the last several months.
Sure. I mean, he could be a Capital Laughs loyalist.
Nah, he's seen me everywhere. He's seen me at Op-Ed. He's seen me at the Loft. He's seen me at St. X.
Yeah.
He's seen me.
Maybe
It's
he was-
fucking weird.
He was telling you to get new material.
Well, he did say he loved a joke that I didn't do. Like, thank God. You know what I mean?
Nice, yeah. Dude, I had one the other day, not last night, because last night was great, but Friday night, I got up on stage. As soon as I get on stage, I see this girl in the front row, like, tap her boyfriend and go, oh, yes. It was like, clearly she, like, recognizes me. She's like, I've seen this guy. I love this guy. And then I kind of bombed. It was like, fuck.
And her boyfriend was like, I don't trust your opinion.
Yeah,
you don't get to
yeah.
recommend movies anymore.
Yeah. Because then I'm looking at her, like, everything I say, I'm like, this one?
Yeah.
That's funny as shit. Hey, I mean, y'all got fans, yo.
It probably happens to you all the time, too, doesn't it? For real?
Sometimes.
Yeah, stop playing.
Nah, they be mostly like chill. I guess because I look mean all the time. They like, they like, hey, I saw you, funny shit, and then they walk away.
You think you look mean?
Yeah.
If they've seen you perform though, they gotta know you're not mean.
But he's so subdued. I could see that because like fans of Keith think like, oh, if I want him to think I'm cool, I gotta be really chill too. I gotta be like,
please be chill when you talk to me.
Not me. I want you to run up.
I like hyper people freak me out a little bit.
Yeah, well, I think most comics can relate to that because that's just socially we're not great at that.
Yeah.
There's a weird thing in DC though. I think where it's like, I wonder if this is how LA and New York like started. Is that what happened? People just started recognizing you, then all of a sudden you become like this like local celebrity, and then they're like, people are like, well, I'm gonna go out to see this guy, and then they're like, we should be charging more money for this, or we should be headlining stuff, and you know what I mean? Is that what happens?
I would not guess that is how anything started. I would guess that like, there was probably like, I mean, sure, like when the theater was being invented, thousands of years ago, it was probably just like, well, there's a lot of people here, so it's easier to get an audience than it is out in the country. But then like, then like a marketer or like a producer says like, hey, we got the best show on earth, and people are like, best show on earth, I'll check it out, and then word of mouth.
Yeah, but specifically the seller and the store have they create celebrity status to just local comedians.
But those are places that are getting tourists from all over.
Yeah,
that's a good point. But we have tourism here too, like not quite like New York.
Yeah, but no one's coming
we
here
have more
for the
tourism
comedy.
than LA, I think.
Yeah.
No one's coming here for
yet.
the comedy. People are coming to, New York to see like, oh, want to see the world famous comedy.
I don't know if people are going to. I mean, obviously, huge comedy fans are.
We have.
But people are going to New York for everything, and one of the things you're supposed to do, eat pizza and go to comedy, right? Like those are the things. So in DC, it's like, okay, the monuments or whatever. But if I'm saying like the start of it becoming a bigger comedy city, is that how it happens? But you are right. The tourism aspect is probably why it thrives so much.
Yeah, I got no idea, man.
But on 18th Street, you walk around now, there's like 4 shows. There's Barkers. People are, it's like feels a little bit like New York. And I'm telling you, dude.
That's
we're
probably
on
the
the
closest
precipice.
area that'll feel like New York, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Well, it's kind of the
18th
only
Street.
one right now, but
Yeah, it's like one of the funnest parts of town too. I mean, even if you're not going to comedy, it's just like all the cool bars and shit.
Yeah, it's
all
where
the
you're at.
restaurants,
but you know, when people come to
Dancing.
town, they go to Adams Morgan.
right?
They go to 18th Street and
Right.
they see all these comedy shows. It just kind of seems like eventually if we keep it up and then we grow more comedy shows or whatever, and just, you know.
Yeah. I wish there was more shit on H Street.
Yeah, 8th Street's a little underrated. What's on 8th Street? Tonic? No, not Tonic.
No, there's nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, nothing
No,
like
you mean
nothing
it's comedy. In there. It's just mostly like urban spots.
Yeah,
So I've never heard of them.
I do.
Never getting booked.
One of the biggest comments I ever received from a black comic was, Jack does a lot of black rooms. And I was like, I do that.
There you go.
Not enough, but I do. Hey, how was that one random show you did that you DM'd me about?
Speaking of black shows,
Do you remember which one I'm talking about?
The one
I don't know
we,
if that's a black show or not.
The
Actually.
chick got you to. It was at a market. It was
Fish Market.
It was
I think the one I'm
interesting.
doing is at like Bus Boys or something. No, it's the DMV Laugh House show, right? That's what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Was it good at all?
It was good.
Okay, right on.
It was good.
feel like you're
She's a
saying
very
that.
sweet lady. I love her.
What's? I feel like
Sorry,
this
that
is
was
too
kinda
inside.
inside
But now I want to
baseball,
know
yeah.
what this person's name is. I'm just curious now.
So she runs like comedy in like random area. Like she used to do it at a hotel, then she moved it to another hotel, and I haven't spoken to her in a while. And then she hit me up for that show, and then we did it at like a market that I've never heard of.
Huh.
And it was actually pretty
Good
good.
turnout?
It was mostly older people,
Yeah.
but the venue was like, it was at a market, so the sound didn't carry over well. It just sounded like we were.
Yeah,
shouting
that's
it.
always a problem with big echoey rooms. Like any show in a brewery is like disappointing as fuck.
I hate old people. I'm glad you bring them up.
Oh,
They weren't
Jeez.
old. They were just older. They were like 40s in their 40s.
well, they're only getting older. you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So might as
They're-
well end it now.
They're rotten, if you ask
Sorry.
me.
Yeah.
One ruins the whole bunch.
Chill, fam. I'm close to 40.
I had grandparents, killed them all.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh, couldn't deal
Yeah.
with it. Just
I don't
call
want
the
people thinking
guy.
we're
and-
related.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys or this is one of my topics that I brought. You guys pro or against cemeteries?
Just like as a construct.
I'm firmly against them. I think land is for the living because I live near.
Land is for the living.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with the bodies though? You gonna like bury it like?
You leave them buried.
I'll say-
but take the stones out. Let me play frisbee there
Oh,
because
You
I
would
want
do
more.
that shit?
I want more public parks.
You also
don't hate
want more
that.
haunted places.
yeah,
I
but
don't
it's haunted.
believe in
If
ghosts.
it's haunted, it's haunted. What?
You guys believe in ghosts? This is a ghost podcast.
Get the fuck out of
Say
here.
that. Say that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
You need to
yeah,
holler at
yeah.
Caitlin. You need to.
Yeah, talk to
Show
Caitlin
you
before
the
you tell
way.
us you don't believe in
Yeah.
ghosts.
Wait,
Talk to Nicolas Cage,
Caitlin? Who's?
McDevitt.
Oh,
Yeah, Caitlin
is she a
McDermott.
ghost? She's been a ghost this whole time.
She died 9 years ago.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
That explains why she got so much friendlier.
Pretty funny for a dead gal.
Yeah.
Nah,
she crushes.
Dude, she fucking she went to that asylum.
Yeah,
she went
haunted
to some
asylum.
asylum in like West Virginia.
Like
Oh,
a
I did
lock-in
hear
over
her
there.
talk
Kept
about
going.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Until she experienced something, then she experienced
Yeah,
something.
that doesn't make ghosts real, unfortunately.
And now she doesn't want to talk about anything.
She doesn't want to talk about
I told her
anything.
not to because we're gonna have her back on the podcast.
Oh,
and do it.
okay.
Anyway, to answer your question, so I want to be cremated personally. I kind of think everybody should, because I don't really believe in the
Before or
afterlife.
after you die?
It's kind of a hard. It's kind of a catch-22.
Well, I guess, yeah, the cremation kills you. But I
Yeah.
mean, like, do you mean like right now? Or
No, I'll wait a
10
few
years.
years.
15 years.
Wait, when do you think I should die? Honestly,
huh?
what age do you
I
think?
mean, how much time we have left on the podcast?
We have? Well, we're probably gonna do one more segment.
Okay,
thing,
well, yeah,
and
then upload it, and then you can jump in the fire.
Well, that'll take a. Well, I might not do it. Should I have dinner plans with the game
Sure.
people?
Yeah.
I just think literally, what age do you think I'm no good?
What age do I think you're no good? 3 years ago. How old were you 3 years ago?
Math isn't really my thing. 26.
All right. Well, this segment has devolved into me just saying I want you dead, which I don't.
Well, you also, I think in this joke, didn't you threaten to kill my grandparents? Or did I murder them?
not your grandparents. You said you were going to kill your
I
grandparents.
think I did kill them. They're all dead.
Yeah. No, my point is just like, we're all living on top of each other in the city here, right? Let's like,
Listen, I don't have 9 gay roommates. So no.
not anymore.
Nine.
I have a little more space.
Not anymore. 2 bathrooms in that place.
Not counting your mouth.
Whoa.
Do you have like a bell we can ring?
Ew.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just think like we could use more space in the city. Let's make everything a little less cramped. I think it's ridiculous that we're still keeping the bodies of these fucking dead people who and it's also because every cemetery in DC, they don't. That's not like your grandfather. That's your great grandfather. Because
Yeah.
this city's so old, it's all been filled forever. And it's like, who cares about anyone who died 200 years ago? Name me a person who died 200 years ago who you still like. Oh, we should keep their stone.
Yeah. How do you feel about Arlington Cemetery?
My grandfather's there, so I guess let's keep it for another 50. Then once I'm dead, get rid of him.
Yeah. As long as you're happy.
It should be no. I'm just saying, like, once no one in that graveyard
Has
is
any
like,
living relatives?
yeah, or
Yeah.
anyone who fucking cares about them.
Well, so I mean, the Arlington Cemetery is, I guess, specifically kind of different because it's about respecting
Honor.
like, the
It's
people
yeah.
who fought for our country. I have a bunch of family buried there, like a lot, and I still don't really give a fuck. It's really pretty.
All those little fucking toothpicks sticking out of the
Yeah,
ground. You like
the
those?
symmetry is cool.
I guess.
You ever been there?
Nah. Well, yes, I have.
It's like the rose. It's really cool looking.
yeah. I think I walked through it once.
Doesn't
thinking,
feel very haunted.
I thought somehow because I thought it was weird. That it was like, oh yeah, like I've lived here for a long time. My grandfather's buried here, and I've never visited his grave. And I walked through thinking, what if I just stumble upon it? And I don't think they even have labels, do they?
No, they have a computer system that you can
Yeah,
go
you
up to
have
the
to-
big
yeah.
thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
find.
I'm
You
not
can
downloading an app,
No, I don't even think you need an
to-
app. It's like a QR code these days. You know what I mean?
They should put the QR code right on the grave.
I want old school. I want to go analog, and I just want to have the oldest fucking guy possible like show me where it is. And he's like, "Oh, all right."
The crypt keeper.
And
Yeah,
it
yeah,
takes
yeah.
hours. I mean, he is so slow.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? He's a week away from being buried there himself. That's what I want.
You think they bury the staff there?
If he served the country, yeah. If he fought, well, he has to be a veteran.
I
Like a war
served.
veteran.
I served the country. I was a public servant. I was a graphic designer for a federal agency.
Me too. I had a similar job. I was
Yeah.
a paramedic.
It's. I mean,
We both served.
You're not a Fed.
No, we both.
I was a
that's true. I didn't work for the government, but I was nationally certified. You know, Keith, what have you done to serve our country?
I was a Boy Scout.
I don't know if that
What do you
counts.
think?
You might have served your
You put up some picnic tables or
might have
something.
served your
Picnic
friend's
tables.
dad, Chief Gregory. I couldn't think of the.
I mean, he's serving cookies. You know?
No, dude,
that's
I've
Girl
done some nice charity shit. Actually outside of like Boy Scouting.
Charity Sade, you did her. Okay.
I forgot about Charity. I love Charity. She's a sweet woman.
Yeah.
Living out in San Diego now.
Ah, that's good.
San Diego. Okay, so real quick. A rare spotless giraffe was born in the Tennessee Zoo. And I hate to break it to you, Tennessee. That's a horse. You know?
Yeah. That's a pencil neck horse.
Yeah, that's a lanky
That's
horse. That's a
Giraffe
horse.
dad. Giraffe dad like, hey yo, what the fuck, man? This ain't my kid.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Who do you think giraffes have giant
Just get
dicks the
them
way
a
horses
Maury.
do?
Giraffes do have giant dicks, yeah.
Okay. You've
Yeah.
looked this up.
You can.
That's why they got giant
They're
throats?
about yay wide. They're about a mouthful
Yeah.
and long as can be.
Long as can be.
Yeah, I mean, if you think their necks are long,
That's fitting.
yeah.
Uh,
I'll tell you what, they can deep throat anything.
They gotta be impossible though. They gotta lay
anything.
down and do it, and they're like, shove it out my
No, they can't
throat.
lay down; they'll die. That's the fucked up part about
I
giraffes.
think you're thinking of sharks.
If they lay down, they'll die.
Sharks can't stop moving. That's true.
Yeah.
But
Sharks
giraffes
can't
giraffes
stop
can't
moving.
bend
Yeah,
down
yeah.
to like drink water or they'll die.
Because they can't. Because they'll break their own neck because of the weight.
No,
Or something.
the blood.
Oh yeah.
It's too much travel for the blood.
Right.
Really stupid way to exist. It's kind of like a Frenchie, like a French bulldog, where it's like,
They shouldn't have been bred.
yeah. My sister's dog.
Except
I
nature
swear to
did
God,
that.
dude. I was watching my sister's French bulldog, and it like almost drowned to death in shag rug carpet.
Damn.
Yeah.
Huh.
I like had to pull him out. He's like, I was like, oh my God, you're so stupid.
Man, I saw someone giving a French bulldog CPR on the side of the road one time.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it was a guy. That's what I assume it was. It was a guy who was like, doing one of these and like putting his mouth on this little teeny ball of fur. I assume was a dog. And then this woman, not helping,
No, women are.
Yeah,
not
it was
healthy.
That
her
was her
dog.
fault for having a dog out. They can't
That's
be out
what
in
I
hot
said.
weather.
Yeah.
Because they breathe. Their breathing is. You ever see a French bulldog like trying to?
Yeah, I think breathing is kind of like an overstatement. Like it's not even, you know.
Nah,
Like, really,
they fuck up in hot weather because they're trying to it's like asthma type.
they're not meant to survive. They're just
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, it's a shame,
Fucking chicks out here trying to be cute, bringing their foot. Take that motherfucker in the house, man.
dude. I feel that way about almost every animal, though. Like, I think it's really fucked up that we neuter animals, and it's like I feel bad about having an animal that's like, oh, you exist only for my amusement.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
You know,
I guess.
which is why I'm okay with rescues, because then it's like, hey, look, man, I'm not happy you got brought into this world either, but I'll make you comfy
Yeah,
for the rest of your stay.
But there's something to be said about
Hey,
the fact
it's
that
the girl Keith was gonna bring over.
he doesn't have context for that. They don't have context for that. But I
was
feel
for
like most animals that we keep as pets, they don't occur naturally, right? So who gives a fuck?
Animals be occurring. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I
that
care
motherfucker
about
be free.
I care about dogs, but we kind of set the
Release
parameters
them,
of what their
Just-
life is.
Nah, just be free in my
Open
house.
the gates of the pound.
Yeah, just don't want to do no dumb shit. Like if
Yeah.
I wake up early in the morning, like 3:00 in the morning, and my cat is making a sandwich, I'll be like, "Yo, you wild," and then I'll go back to sleep.
I don't really see. I mean, that'd be awesome.
I love the visual. I gotta be honest, I love the visual.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
a
making
can
a-
of tuna.
What kind of sandwich?
Yeah, I was about to say
Tuna
making a tuna
sandwich?
fish
Yeah,
sandwich.
yeah.
Yeah.
What would the bread
That's
be?
so
What,
cute.
cats don't. They don't want to eat a bread. I feel like
you know,
Maybe
what are you
whole
gonna
grain?
do? You'll do it.
Oh,
2
okay.
croutons.
you raised this cat right.
Meow. You want a sandwich? Meow. Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I do like that. The more laissez-faire pet owner, because I think some people want they want a baby when they get a pet, and I think that's a little much. It's a little gross too. Like
They do, especially people having these fucking baby carriages on their chest for a fucking dog.
I do think those are really
That
cute
shit
though.
Is
I'm gonna
cute,
have
but
to
that
say
shit
it's
is
pretty
weird
cute.
as fuck. Let it be an animal dog. It's supposed to be on full legs.
Yeah. Well, that's how I feel about actual babies too. Like, get them out of the stroller, get them off the leash. Like, they should be running free.
I think so too.
Yeah.
They can't run.
I mean, at a certain age. They
Although
can.
we're the only animal whose babies are born with I need like a half a year to figure it out.
Well, that and those cockroaches they milk. Those fucking
But they're walking.
cockroaches.
They're walking. They got 6 legs. They're on the go.
Yeah.
Do you have good knees? Do you describe your knees as good?
I would say no. I think I have a good body overall.
I don't
It's-
mean the way they look. I mean, are they stable?
No, I have weak knees. My brother has weak knees. He's a ski instructor, so that fucks him up.
Must be the build. The build of the knees poor.
Yeah, we're just weak ligaments.
Yeah, for the record, I've torn both my knees several times.
Yeah, I've never torn a thing.
Yeah, but I was
Torn a condom,
Maybe you have good
ladies.
knee. Ah.
I mean, while opening.
Well,
it
it didn't matter anyway. I mean, can't get a guy pregnant.
Yeah.
Ding! I should get a bell.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we hop back on to sign off because we anyway. They're
this
not going to
fucking
see
equipment
that.
is
I'm
so
gonna edit
good.
it into it. Let's pretend that we were in the middle of. Yeah. Hey, what do you guys say we wrap this podcast up, huh?
I'm all right with it.
Fuck yeah.
All right, high energy Keith over here. Listen, I do want to dedicate this podcast, and I mean this seriously. And I know I do a lot of bits, and I don't want to be that kind of guy who you can never take this guy seriously. Never says anything serious. I want to dedicate this episode to Jimmy Buffett. Jimmy Buffett. Should we take a moment of silence? Maybe 6 or
just
7
took a
minutes.
moment.
I think we just took one, and it was because none of us had anything to say.
Dead air.
Yeah. He's
Dead
up with
man.
He's up with those cheeseburgers in paradise.
Oh man. Oh, that actually hurt me a little. to
Jimmy
hear that.
kicked the buffet. That's what I was saying earlier this week.
Well, I wouldn't laugh at that because that's disrespectful, and as a Floridian, I got to be honest, he's like a saint.
I'm sure. Yeah. I also pronounced his name wrong. He kicked the buffet. That's you get the joke I'm going for.
Yeah, it's spelled the same.
Yeah.
I have seen Jimmy Buffett live twice. That's funny.
Just in passing.
Literally, just one time was just on a beach, and he was just performing for maybe 200 people, and it was this really low key, weird pop up situation.
Yeah.
And the other time was while he was fucking my mom.
Hey!
All right, everybody.
Wow.
He's my dad.
Mrs. Schwartz.
Anyway, I was gonna say that's not her name, and
You
then
correct
say
me.
her maiden name.
Okay, yeah, that's how you wrap up a podcast.
Yeah. All right, let's all say our mom's maiden names and the name of the street we grew up on. All right, well, Reed Kelly, this has been an absolute pleasure. I think this made for a very funny and delightful podcast.
I hope so.
And I think, honestly, you're leaving all these other guests thinking, man, I could have done better. Truly.
Yeah. Rue the day that you did this podcast and you weren't me.
Yeah, next time be more like him. Well, Alex Castaigne still has the most views.
I'm sure. Yeah, he's very funny. He's much funnier than I am.
Yeah, but how do they know that based on the name and image? They don't know who he is, but they all watched it.
You don't think it's like the clips are popping off or something?
And he wore his legs out that day too.
Oh, well, maybe.
Whoa, trending. No, now we're getting to the science of this.
Get my knees roasted.
Wow, it doesn't look
I'm
like
about to go to the pool, get these fucking knees roasted. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be pinker than hell. I mean, sunburn.
Oh, wait. I thought you were on your knees in this bit.
No, actually, I'm going to be spit roasted.
Oh, man. All of a sudden, I'm in a good mood. We should keep going for another 2 hours.
All right, yeah. I mean, what do we got to do? You got your gay dinner.
I do have a gay dinner later.
He can say that they're gay. He's not calling, you know.
No, the dinner's gay.
Oh, you're eating a gay guy?
No, not a gay guy.
A gay chicken.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be at the pool, and then I promised my lady I would take her out because I've done a lot of comedy this week, and our relationship is dwindling.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any dates you want to plug or?
Yeah, I said I'm taking my lady out
a
tonight.
little dry. You gonna plug that date tonight?
Yeah. Come to the finest steakhouse in town. I'll be there with my lady. We're gonna order the top sirloin, and then we're gonna throw them right in the trash and say this is not how I like it, and try to get the meal free.
Oh, this guy's crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Woo, I feel like we're doing like a Rich Glassman thing right
Yeah,
now.
that's some wild shit.
Rick or Rich?
Well, I don't know who that is.
Oh wow, man! I'll tell you what, he'll blow your mind.
This is the longest wrapping up of a podcast I've ever heard.
Yeah, we should just end it abruptly.
Yeah. I'll
I'm
be in
Jack
New
Schwartz.
York for Fashion Week. That's real. That's real.
Okay, I don't know why that would matter to anyone.
I'm plugging my dates.
Are you doing comedy?
I'm gonna be doing some comedy. I'm also gonna be taking a lot of photos.
Right on.
Yeah.
Of fashion.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, proud of that.
Hey, you can catch me and Keith at the DC Improv. Probably. We'll be around, whatever. All right. All right. I've been Jack Schwartz.
Keith Corey.
Reed Kelly.
And Reed Kelly. And you can follow Reed Kelly on Instagram at Comedy Reed.
Unless I change it.
Unless he changes it.
Bye.
And then you can't find him.
Good day.
All right, now we have to be done, right? That's it.
And trick ending.
Oh!
No. Yeah, I just needed to catch my breath.